Hi guys, let's predict the Formula One, man. That's okay. That's too much of a ripoff. Anyway, these are going to be the most correct predictions ever because
Oh yeah,
I mean I don't want to toot my own horn here, but I actually have a good like I've made predictions before and I look back at them like, hang on, that's like surprisingly accurate. So
excellent.
hey, yeah, we're going to do, of course, constructors, drivers, that sort of stuff, but we've also got some little side categories as well. I think we should start off with: will there be any mid-season changes in the driver lineup? Now, for me, I think no. The only possibility is if Fernando Alonso gets so fed up he kills himself, and they have to do a switch. That's the only way I see that happening. What about you, Sam?
I originally wrote down no, but I saw just before we started filming this that Alex Dunn has just signed to the Alpine Driver Academy.
Oh yeah, I saw it. Oh, yeah.
So there's a possibility that Colapinto gets the boot and Dunn goes in. But originally I went no. I think because it's new regulations, I think people will have kind of heart and won't get sacked.
Yeah, well, I agree. I don't think there'll be any changes. But I agree. I think Colapinto probably is, in terms of driver standard, the weakest link on the grid.
Yeah.
I don't want any armed Argentinians coming up to my door now because I don't have security guards like Jack Doohan does. But anyway, right. So we both. Well, you've said maybe the only way you can see is Alex Dunn. I've gone no. Yeah. All right. Next up, surprise of the season. Who have you gone for surprise of the season?
I've gone. This is so. I feel like all of these are going to be quite random. I mean, in new regulations, we could afford to make some bad predictions. But I think Haas are going to do really well this year. I don't know why. I've just got the feeling the driver lineup is really strong. I like Esteban Ocon. I love Ollie Behrman. I think he's a really good driver. Yeah. And I think they look promising in testing. I mean, as promising as you can do in testing with new cars. I think the order still isn't very clear what it's going to be, but I think Haas are going to have a pretty strong season.
Yeah, well, I mean, I also think Haas are going to have a strong season, but that's not who I went for. I actually went for Alpine because obviously last season they were horrendous. Mercedes engine in the back of the car now. I think they're going to jump forward quite a way. I think they're going to be pretty good. I think they're sort of going to be, don't want to spoil something, I think they're going to be best of the rest. Top of the midfield is my sort of prediction. Now, what follows surprise of the season? Well, it has to be flop of the season. I think the obvious one is Aston Martin, but I feel like they're so, it's so obvious that I've gone for Williams because Williams, I think the hype, the way that they were speaking about the season beforehand, they were making such an emphasis on 2026. And obviously, the thing is with this season is I think it's so hard to predict because I think teams will make so many jumps forward throughout the season. So just because even Aston Martin could make a big jump throughout the season. So I think it's so hard to predict the whole season. But I'm just thinking right now, Williams, from where they were hoping to be, right now they're quite overweight. And obviously they missed Barcelona. For me, I think, it's just such a disappointment compared to where they wanted to be.
Yeah, I think I do agree. I think there was a lot of hype and expectation around Williams this year. They had a very, very good 2025. And like we said, they could still turn out and to be really good, but the signs are looking a little bit worrying at the minute. I've got a different direction with my flop. I've just gone for the cars themselves. I think they're not
that's fair.
As in, everything we've heard about them from the drivers, from the teams, is that they're not the best. I know they're new, but no one seems too excited about these cars. I hope I'm wrong, but I think it was Esteban Ocon who said it's really hard to follow a car. Really, really hard.
That's not what we want.
That's not what you want at all.
No.
So, I hope I'm very wrong, but the new regulations are going to be my flop.
I think that's hopefully you're wrong. Hopefully we'll look back on this at the end of the season and laugh because it's been a generational year. But the early signs aren't great. Right, next I've got what race will the championship be won at? So what do you think? What race?
I think it'll go to the final race again. I don't know whether it'll be as dramatic. Obviously, last year was fairly dramatic. 3 people in the title fight with 1 race to go. But I think it'll be close. I think it won't be as high a quality. I think it'll almost be like you said, it's not going to be a generational season. It might be generational in the fact that everyone struggles. So it's all kind of like
so everyone's close.
It's all going to be very it's all going to be very close because everyone is kind of messing up a little bit. So I think it will be a fairly close year, just not with the standard that we kind of hope for. I'm really negative. I'm feeling quite bad now. I've just realised how negative I've gone.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to be more positive here, and I mean, I've also said Abu Dhabi just in the delusional hopes that it will be a generational last race.
Yeah.
8 drivers on equal points. It's gonna be unbelievable. But yeah, I've also said Abu Dhabi. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. I think we're just wishful hoping.
Yeah, that is very wishful thinking. Can't wait for it to be done halfway through the season. Right, this is an interesting one now. How many podium sitters will there be? I've gone for 10. Now, do you want me to name them? Because I've done,
I've put them down as names as well. So yeah, go on.
George Russell.
Yeah.
Max Verstappen.
Yeah.
Charles Leclerc.
Yeah.
Oscar Piastri. Kimi Antonelli.
Yeah.
Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah.
Lando Norris.
Yeah.
Pierre Gasly.
Yeah.
Isaac Hadjar.
Yeah.
And finally, the last of my 10, Ollie Behrman.
We have got immaculate taste. I'm looking at my list, and that's fairly similar.
Hell yeah.
Very good. Yeah, I went for so I've got those plus one more. I've got a cheeky little Alex Albon podium.
Ooh,
at some point.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Like Hulkenberg's at Silverstone last year, where it's like, how did that happen? I feel like we'll get an Albon.
Yeah.
Just turns up one week and just puts it second or something. But yeah, I've got the same 10 reviews. Yeah. But I think Gasly, Behrman, I think Hadjar will sneak one in at some point.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're so in sync.
Yeah, well, I think like you mentioned a Williams podium, like I've been very negative with my Williams predictions because I want to be wrong. The classic Zendaya quote.
That's what it is.
The classic Zendaya quote in Star Wars. The Star Wars? Oh my God, Spider-Man! What is wrong with me? Star Wars. Zendaya.
I am your father.
Zendaya famously in Star Wars. Her classic quote in Spider-Man: "Expect, to have the lowest of expectations, and then you can't be disappointed." That's not the exact quote. Yeah, that is good life advice. All right, here is something random I think could happen this year.
Yes.
I've gone for. I'm jumping on the hype train. All right, I think Ollie Behrman could win a race and get Haas their first victory in Formula One. I said a podium. They've not even got a podium. He could get them their first race win as well.
I would love that. The scenes if that happens
will be generational.
And he basically be guaranteed a Ferrari seat then as well.
Well, I think he almost. It needs to be a horrible year for him to not get that Ferrari seat.
I like that prediction. I like that a lot. I feel like I've gone very rogue and very. Well, that's not really negative, but there's lots of rumours that the Madrid Grand Prix isn't as ready as they'd like it to be.
Yeah.
At this stage of time, I don't think it will happen. I don't think they're going to get it ready in time. A bit like Vietnam, when COVID happened and Vietnam got cancelled.
Yeah.
I think it's not going to happen. And they're going to replace it with Portimao at Portugal.
Ooh.
Because that's coming in. Is it next year or 28?
Yeah, I think
coming
so.
in soon.
I mean, I wouldn't have any complaints there, to be honest.
I know. Again, maybe it's wishful thinking from me, but I like Portimao as a track and the Madrid circuit. How we've not seen it properly yet, but all the renders we've seen look a bit ropey. So that's my prediction. I don't think the Madrid or the Spanish Grand Prix, as it is, will happen, and I think it will be replaced by the Portuguese one.
Well, I suppose we'll have to see. Maybe there'll be some other races cancelled as well with the ongoing conflicts. But
I almost said that, and I thought that's kind of a cheat. Like that's kind of like if I say, "Oh, Bahrain's not going to happen," it's like, well, obviously, like.
It's good because I was actually thinking for a little while of going to Bahrain, the Bahrain race.
Yes,
in the end, I decided not to, and I'm pretty glad that I'm not going to that now.
Yeah, good. Well done.
Right. Next up, we got the family segment. We've asked. You said you asked both your parents. I asked my brother to give a shout. Something they think is going to happen. Something rogue. Something just anything they wanted to. So why don't you? I'll let you have the floor on this one. What did your parents come up with?
Do you want to know dad and mum first? What do you want?
Oh, let's go dad first. We know he's a listener.
Dad first. So hello dad. Hope you're all good. He is listening. And he for context, he used to watch Formula 1 religiously. He kind of stopped when Mark Webber retired. That's when he said he stopped. He used to love Mark Webber.
Yeah.
So he's not properly watched it for a good 10 years now. But he said, and he's very gone right. I told him to go rogue. He went rogue. He said, in one race this year, only 3 cars will finish.
I mean, that would be funny. I mean,
it's happened before. It happened in Monaco once in the 90s. Yeah. It could happen again. And maybe
I love that.
Unreliability, maybe. The new cars,
yeah.
Everyone's not up to scratch. So
yeah, I love that. Yeah,
that's what he's gone for.
That is very rogue. I mean,
he understood the assignment. He went for it.
Yeah, I feel like my brother went for something nowhere near as rogue as that. But yeah, I mean, so should I say that, or do you want to?
Yeah, no, go for your brother's one.
Okay, but he said that Lewis Hamilton will win the World Championship, which I suppose is rogue. But it's not.
I mean, in this day and age, that is rogue.
It's not as rogue as only 3 cars finishing the race. But yeah, who knows? I mean, I'd love a Hamilton title. I think that'd be great. Everyone thinks he's a bit.
To finally get number 8 would be.
Yeah, it'll feel a bit like, no hate to Max Verstappen. I love Max Verstappen, but it would feel like a little bit of justice in a way.
Yeah, you're right. You're all right. I do agree. Speaking of Max Verstappen, that leads me on to my mum's prediction. She said she thinks Verstappen at some point this year will call it a day. He will announce his retirement from Formula 1.
Yeah, well, yeah, I think that's like it doesn't seem a million miles away, him leaving. So yeah, I mean, if the cars aren't that enjoyable, which he doesn't sound like he's enjoying them that much, I could. Yeah. It's not a million miles away. I don't think that.
Yeah, okay. He's mentioned many times that he just does this because he's good at it, really, and because of his dad. Like he'd rather do other things. He's got a family now. Yeah. He's won 4 world championships. He's pretty happy with what he's done. And also, my mum doesn't like him, so I think that's also driven her prediction. So, yeah, if any of them come true, then genius.
I mean, yeah, with Verstappen, I think it would be. I'd find it sad because I think at the end of the day, he is just supremely talented. I think if he wanted to, Max Verstappen could break every single record in this sport if he wanted to stick around long enough. I maybe this is recency bias and stuff like that. I think Max Verstappen is the most talented driver we've ever seen in Formula 1.
Oh, he's gone there.
I've gone there. I think he could.
He's gone there.
It's just like last season, how close he got to winning that title is ridiculous. Yeah, sure. And I just think, I don't know. I'm just I used to, maybe have a few problems with him, didn't like him that much, but just as the years have gone on, I'm just in awe of his talent. You can just see how unbelievable he is at his job.
Yeah, he is pretty good. He is very good. I don't know if I'm going to put it out there saying he's the most talented, but he's definitely up there for sure. I mean, how many wins is he on now? Like 70 odd? He's got.
It's quite a high number.
Yeah, it's a fairly high number. It really puts Lewis into perspective, though, doesn't it? That he's got 104, I want to say 105 wins.
Yeah.
Max is still like 30. He's like a whole season and a half, season and a bit off Lewis.
Yeah, that is. Yeah.
Mental. Anyway, those are predictions. I like that.
Yeah. Okay. Right then. So we've done that. All we've got to do now is obviously we got F2, F3, and the constructors and drivers championships. So I guess let's go with Formula 3. Now I will admit I'm not as clued up on F3 as I think you are. I think I do keep a rough eye on the junior formulas. I don't watch it maybe as much as I should. So I think you'll be a lot more well informed here. I've just sort of done a rough guess on what I think the top 3s will be. But yeah, what have you gone for?
You go first on your top 3s. And
okay, so what am I saying? The whole 3, and then or just one at a time?
Go top 3. Yeah.
Okay, so for Formula 3, in third place, I've got Ernesto Rivera. Just I don't really have much reasoning behind these choices.
No,
I've just gone for.
Fine. Yeah, that's fine.
I've just gone for vibes. Second place, Noah Stromstead as well. Just called out to me. I remember watching your TikTok, and first place, Freddie Slater first place because I feel like everyone wants to see it, and I think from what I've heard, he does seem like probably the favourite for the title.
Yeah, he's like the consensus number one pick. I think if he doesn't win, I'll be very, very surprised. So that is a good prediction. My top three. I've gone in third. Gone for the Frenchman Alessandro Giusti. He's a young driver, very good. I believe it was his debut year last year in F3. He's just very, very talented driver. In second, the Red Bull backed Mattia Colnaghi. I think I pronounced that right. He's from Argentina. Ooh. So Argentinian fans, we mentioned Colapinto earlier. We like this guy. He's Red Bull. We love this guy. Yeah. This is his debut year in F3. So if you're part of the Red Bull team, you're not going to be bad, are you?
Exactly.
Contrary to popular belief for some F1 Racing Bulls drivers, but got him second, and then Freddie Slater. I think, like I said, if he doesn't win, I'm going to be incredibly surprised. He is, insanely good. He'll probably be in F1. What is it? 2028. He'll win F2 the year after as well. So that's my prediction.
Well, yeah. Let's keep an eye out. Right. F2. Yeah, similar sort of thinking. Again, I'm a vibes merchant. I've just gone, what name is my hand wanting to write down on this paper right now? Third place, I've gone Dino Beganovic.
Nice.
I watch Formula 2 a lot more than I watch Formula 3. Like these are a lot more well-informed decisions. Still not expert decisions, but he's a very strong driver. And you know what? I just think it's going to be a good year for him. Second place, Alex Dunn, just today announced he's part of the Alpine Academy now. So yeah, I don't know. I think obviously we saw he jumped into the McLaren last year, FP1, and looked remarkably comfortable. Obviously, it's the best car on the grid, so it's the best car to jump into. But I don't think you can downplay that achievement. So I don't know. I think he's had a rough past few months of it. Obviously, leaving the McLaren Academy and then being signed by Red Bull and then dropped very quickly with Helmut Marko's geriatric decisions getting in the way. But yeah, look, he's sort of got that stability now, being signed to a team, and I think he will be in the title fight. But first place is Rafa Kamara, obviously. Again, sort of he is the favourite, and it's I wanted to be maybe a bit out there, but at the end of the day, he's the favourite for a reason. So
yeah, he is insanely good, Rafa Kamara. Again, one who will probably on 2027 if the seat becomes available.
Yeah.
What three? In third, I've gone for Nicolas Solov, another Red Bull back driver.
Yeah.
He made a few appearances for Campos at the end of last year in F2. He's just very good. Again, he's not like known as well as much as like Rafa Kamara and Freddie Slater, all these names that we expect to get to Formula 1. But Solov he reminds me a bit of like Yuki Tsunoda. It's like you didn't really hear much about him until he got right up to Formula 1, and then you're like, this kid's pretty good.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes for him. In second, I've gone Dino Beganovic. I really like Dino Beganovic. I think he's very good. And then first, Rafa Kamara. Controversially, Alex Dunn in my top three. I know that's very controversial. But well, maybe I need to get myself checked. But I'm not on the Alex Dunn hype train.
Wow. Okay. Well, no. Don't come acting like you were when at the end of the season he's won F2 and.
I've always liked Alex Dunn. Yeah. And
I've been his biggest fan, actually. I'm mates
with
him.
One of the places qualifies and wins a race for Alpine.
Yeah, well, maybe he's not in the top three, in your top three, because he gets promoted to F1.
There we go. You sit there. There you go. Don't come for me, please, fans.
Right then. I suppose let's do constructors first out of these two, because we want to do the drivers last. What we do, I feel like we should name one each. It's like,
Right. Yeah, I like
because
that.
then otherwise you're just going to be like, so yeah, I don't know. Right.
Yeah.
Last place. I
Well,
mentioned
hold on.
earlier. Oh, sorry.
There's a parcel at the door. Hold on. Sorry.
We get into the constructors now. Again, as I mentioned, I feel like it's very hard to predict. Teams can make vast jumps, but I've just gone, as I've mentioned a couple times, vibes, chief vibes officer. Last place. I feel like I can't not put Aston Martin because, well, they're just woeful right now, and you know they could fix it, but I'm just, hey, I don't know. Aston
No,
Martin.
that is fair enough. Yeah, if we get all these wrong, it's not our fault, but no one knows what's happened. So
Exactly. It's
and
like,
if we get them right, we're geniuses. That's what it is.
yeah.
Yeah, in 11th, I've gone Cadillac because I think it's hard to start from the ground up. I guess Aston Martin have been terrible, but Cadillac, they're going in completely. I mean, maybe I'll be wrong, but I don't. You know, Cadillac. I hope you do well, Cadillac, but I don't see it.
Yeah.
11th.
Well, that was sort of my. I've gone Cadillac 10th. That was my one sort of. I didn't know. I feel like Aston Martin right now are worse than Cadillac, but I feel like they have a lot more room to grow. Like if they fix their engine issues and stuff like that, they will grow. They have the potential to grow a lot more than Cadillac do this season. So I very, very nearly put Cadillac last. But I don't know. I just went with what I'm seeing now. And yeah, so Cadillac in 10th. Yeah,
I've gone the opposite of you. I've gone Aston Martin 10th, just like you said, just because they can improve, and they probably will. Some, I doubt they'll be bad all year.
Yeah, I agree.
They've got Fernando Alonso, who's phenomenal. So 10th for Aston Martin for me.
Okay, then. Well, in 9th, I have, unfortunately, I've got Williams. I didn't really know where to put Williams. Like, as I said, I've gone quite negative, just so then I can't be disappointed, because I really, really like Williams. Just with all the talk before the season and over the previous seasons about how important 26 is, I've lost a bit of faith in them. I don't know. I've gone 9th. Hopefully it will be better, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, that's fair enough. In 9th, I've gone for Racing Bulls, and I think I've mainly done that because I just think the driver lineup I was probably the weakest of all of them. Lawson, like Lindblad, very good young driver. Obviously, Lawson. This is probably his first full season in the one team. Obviously, he did 2 races at Red Bull last year.
Yeah,
but if he stays at Racing Bulls all year this year, it'll be his first full year with one team. And he's good, Liam Lawson, but he's not. He's not top level. The car might be good, but I think the driver will have a lot of learning to do for Racing Bulls.
Yeah, well, that is fair enough. I'm surprised, but yeah, okay. 8th place now. I've gone for Audi. I think, I don't know. I just don't really know where Audi are going to be. Obviously, you can say that about a lot of the teams actually, but just it's a new era for not only the regulations but for the team as well. They're no longer Sauber. I think they're going to be okay. They're not going to be anything to write home about. I think it's going to be quite a close year in general. So I think 8th is there's still going to be quite a few points on offer there. So I don't think it's going to be an especially bad season for them, but not an especially great one either.
Yeah, I'm also put them 8th, and I think they'll be happy with 8th. I think they could surprise us. They could do a lot better, or they could easily be last. Don't know, but 8th for Audi.
Yeah. Okay. 7th place now. I've gone. The next 2 I was sort of switching around a lot. I think I'd switched them about 5 times, but I have gone Haas in 7th. I think they're going to be good. I think, again, as I just mentioned, there's going to be plenty of points on offer. 7th in terms of the points tally it's going to be a good year for them. I think Ollie Behrman is going to be. I think he's going to have a really, really good year. I don't want to spoil my driving predictions. But yeah, I think it's going to be a good year for Haas. I think, 7th, it may not sound that good, but it's going to be plenty to build on. Yeah.
I have gone for your lads, Williams. I've gone for them 7th. I think they might pick up to, but I think Williams might struggle in the first sort of half of the season, and then as it goes on, I think we'll see some good performances.
Yeah, I really do hope so. I really hope they pick it up. I'm just erring on the side of caution. Hopefully, I am very wrong. Right. So 6th now. I've actually gone V-Carb. I've gone Racing Bulls. I think the car is going to be good, and I think, Liam Lawson, as you mentioned, he's a good driver. He's not a great driver, but I think, as you mentioned, it's just a full year in the same team. I think it's going to do him the world of good. I do rate Arvid Lindblad. Obviously, it's going to be tough jumping straight into Formula One. Obviously, the only rookie this year, but I still think he'll do a decent enough job. And I just think the car's going to be good. I think the car's going to be good enough to sort of make up for maybe some rookie performances. And I think, you felt like the driver lineup is the weakest. It probably is. But I still think it's going to be, I don't know. I think collectively the vibes of the team are good. And I think that's going to, I don't know. I think they're going to have a very good year.
That's fair enough. In 6th, I've gone for, we're on 6th, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I've gone for Alpine in 6th, mainly carried by, I do like Colapinto, but, if he gets replaced by Alex Dunn, then maybe they'll get some good points. I think it can't be much for Alpine than it was last year. It was pretty dire for a lot of 2025. Pierre Gasly, I'm a huge Pierre Gasly fan. I think he's really, really good.
Yeah.
And I think he'll do a really good job this year.
Yeah. Well, I agree because I've got them in 5th. I think Alpine, as I mentioned earlier, will be sort of best of the rest, top of the midfield. I think the top 4 are going to be that little step ahead, and then Alpine, I think, will be pretty comfortably 5th. I think they'll be really good. I think Gasly is going to have a good year. He deserves a good year. He's had a tough few years in terms of the cars that he's been given. He deserves a decent car because I think, the Formula One world has maybe forgotten just how good he is. 2020, 2021, Pierre Gasly was something special. And I hope that we can see that side of him again. Yeah,
I do agree. Big fan. I've gone Haas in 5th. We've already talked about them quite a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know what the vibe, like you said, the vibes are just high for me. I think they're just gonna have a great year. Not much else needs to be said.
Yeah, I'd love to see that. I think Haas. I don't know. They're just there's something about them. They're quite iconic.
Podium. I think they're due a podium.
Yeah, they deserve a podium definitely. Right, into the top 4 now. I think it's fairly obvious that this was going to be the top 4. Maybe the order is I don't know.
Who knows? We'll see.
4th, I have gone Red Bull. I think I think it's going to be. I hope it's going to be quite close between the top 4. Not much. Maybe that's just me being really, really wishful thinking. But I think it's going to be, especially maybe the top team's a little bit ahead and then the 3 behind. I don't know. I think it's going to be fairly close. So I think Red Bull. Obviously they've had famously some really, really difficult times in terms of the second seat. I hope for Isaac Hadjar's sake, I really, really like him that it's better this year. And I think it will be a bit better. But that being said, I think it's so close. And you look at the standard of the other driver lineups that I think it's going to be really, really hard to break into that top 3. And I think they'll be just outside of it.
Yeah, I do agree. I've got Red Bull in 4th as well. I think Max will do a lot of the heavy lifting like he has done countless years now. Hadjar will do better than his predecessors.
Yeah.
That being Tsunoda, Lawson. But I still think it's still going to be a learn. Hadjar, it's only his 2nd year. Like, he's still going to do a lot of next year.
Yeah.
And I think, the car will be good. Probably not as good as Verstappen will want, but 4th.
Yeah, that's fair. I really like Isaac Hadjar, and I'm so scared for him for this year. I just hope that it goes all right because you could see like in his 2nd year, it just gives me Gasly vibes a little bit where.
This is how I felt when Gasly got the Red Bull seat. I was so hyped, and I was like, hang on a minute.
Because he had such a good year last year. We voted him Rookie of the Year. I think he was Rookie of the Year.
100%. 100%.
I just really this could so easily knock his confidence, and I hope it goes well. But yes, top three now. Third, I've gone McLaren. I don't know. I think, yeah, obviously everybody knows the strengths of their driver lineup. Everybody knows the weaknesses of their strategy calls as well. Last season, I think they're not. They're going to be good, but they're probably just not enough to maybe properly be in the fight. I don't know. I think, as I said, I think it's going to be close, but I think the top two will maybe just have a little gap over McLaren and Red Bull. Look, I don't know. I think it's so hard to predict. Nobody really knows how good the top four are. You know, there's a rough idea, but nobody really knows. So McLaren could be unbelievable. McLaren could be, you know, not that good at all. I don't know. I just don't know. It's so hard to predict this year. I think, yeah, third is obviously that may seem disappointing after back-to-back Constructors' Championships, but it's new regulations. I don't think they're going to be bad at all. I just think it's going to be, hopefully, a good year in terms of standard. I don't know.
I'm joining you in that. I think McLaren are going to come third. And again, like you said, they might be, but new regulations, like you said. And again, they're still a very young team. I know Norris is now a world champion, but Piastri, this is what is going to be fourth year in Formula One.
Yes, yeah, it's fourth.
That's still a young driver. These two have still got a lot. Like I said, I know Lando. He is a young driver, and I think, they might struggle with the new regulation, possibly a little bit, or they might overestimate themselves, thinking, "Oh, we're the champions. We're just going to win again," and then struggle a little bit because of that. But we shall see.
Yeah, I think ultimately it may be a bit disappointing finishing third, but I think it could be way worse. I think it's a strong platform to build on. They dominated the last, in terms of Constructors' Championship, they dominated the last 2 years in the sports, the last regulations. So I think it could be way, way worse. You're thinking of like a Mercedes in 2022. Although did they finish second that year? I think they might have, or third. Did they finish second or third? I don't know. It's them and
might have been second, because George Russell had a really good end of the year.
Because Ferrari at the start of that year, I can't remember. They were second or third, and I think, although they may have done better than McLaren, we're predicting McLaren to do here. I think it will be. You could see it was a very disappointing year that year in terms of the car just wasn't quite up to standard. I don't think it's going to be that bad. I think it's going to be a good car, just not a championship car for McLaren. Anyway, into the top two now. Second place, I have gone for Ferrari. I think Ferrari they're going to be good, and it's about time. Ferrari there's a couple seasons they've been flirting with being good and being in a title fight. Obviously, they were in the constructors fight in 2024, but I think they're going to be properly in it this year. I think it's going to be close between the top two, and I think it will be. Charles Leclerc deserves a title fight. He deserves a chance to fight for the title, and I just hope that he gets it. I think Ferrari will be good, and
I've also gone Ferrari second, which means I think Mercedes will win the constructors.
Yeah, I didn't say obviously. I think Mercedes will as well.
I think like you said, Charles Leclerc. Big Charles Leclerc fan. He got like a slight title fight in 20 after the, and then himself and the team put it away, a chance to get interesting.
Yeah.
So he deserves a full year of actually going for it, because he is insanely talented, Charles. He is, and you're a married man now.
He's got that boost.
Exactly, he's all good. But I think for the sport, Ferrari being good is a good.
Definitely, yeah.
Like everyone likes to make fun of their strategy, make fun of we are check-in and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I think a good Ferrari is a good F1.
Yeah, it's like what they say in cricket: strong Yorkshire, strong England.
No, exactly.
Strong Ferrari, strong F1.
Yeah, strong Man United, probably strong football. People like it.
Uh-oh.
All the most popular people are doing well.
Yeah, well, as you mentioned, that means Mercedes are first. I think, obviously, maybe that's a bit boring. They are sort of expected. They are the favourites. But I think where there is smoke, there is fire. So I think they're favourites for a reason. And I think Mercedes are going to get this right. And I think it's not going to be I hope, as dominant as they were in 2014, or as dominant as Red Bull were 2022 onwards. I hope it's not, because I think that is bad for the sport. But I think Mercedes will just edge this and come away with a constructors title.
I do agree. I am in agreement.
All right then, that is constructors. Now we've got drivers championship to go. 22 drivers. This is gonna we got plenty to get through. So let's start off with bottom. Obviously, I predicted Aston Martin, so I have gone Lance Stroll. I feel like I'm not as big a Lance Stroll hater as others. I think there is. I can appreciate that. I think there is a good driver there, but I think the car, it's not going to be very good. So Lance Stroll last. Don't want to waste too much time talking about the bottom drivers, really.
Should we just rattle through these first, maybe up until 10th? Should we just rattle through?
Yeah, okay.
So I've also gone Lance Stroll last. Sorry, Lance.
Okay, yeah, 21st. I've gone Valtteri Bottas, Cadillac. I think, as we mentioned, not going to be very good, and I think I personally say he's the weaker of the two Cadillac drivers, but that's just my personal opinion.
Yeah, I've got his teammate. I've gone Checo, 21st.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. 20th, I've gone, this is, it pains me to say this, I've gone Fernando Alonso. I just think the car is going to be even beyond his means in terms of making something out of it. So I think, 20th, Fernando Alonso.
Yeah. I've gone Valtteri Bottas in 20th.
All right. 19th, I've gone Sergio Perez. I really like Perez. So maybe I've inflated him a little bit. But 19th.
Yeah, I've gone Fernando Alonso. I think, the bottom two, I think we're expecting worse for the most of the season. So I've gone Fernando in 19th.
Yeah, 18th. Now this one pains me even more. Alex Albon. I have to sort of go with my Williams in 9th prediction.
Yeah. That's fair enough.
I really hope I'm wrong, but yes, Alex Albon 18th.
Yeah, this might seem low where I put them in the constructors, but I've gone Colapinto in 18th. He's good, but Pierre Gasly is going to do an insane.
That's fair. 17th, I've got Nico Hulkenberg. Just because I think he, last season Bortoleto was, in terms of qualifying, was very impressive compared to Hulkenberg, and I think he's going to really kick on this year. Hulkenberg is very good, but he's only getting older, and I don't think, as we mentioned, the car is going to be outstanding. So I think 17th for Hulkenberg.
Yeah, I have gone for Arvid Lundblad, the rookie. Like I said, he's very good. It'll be a learning at the top of the sport eventually. It feels like he's destined for a Red Bull seat.
Yeah.
But for this year, I've gone 17th. And I've gone his Liam Lawson in 16th.
Oh, okay.
That's mine.
Yeah. Fair enough. 16th, I've gone Esteban Ocon. Because I think, he kind of got, maybe I'm remembering this wrong, but he kind of got a bit whooped by Ollie Behrman last year.
So towards the end of the year, definitely he did. But Behrman grew into it a lot.
I think Behrman is just going to grow even more in confidence this year. I think it's going to be a very one-sided team. And I don't know. I go through phases of liking and not. I don't dislike any driver, but there's times where I think Esteban Ocon is good, and there's times where I maybe question that. I think he's going to finish 16th ultimately, so not a very good year.
Fair enough. 15th, I've gone for Gabby Bortoleto, the first of the Audi drivers for me.
Yeah.
Again, he's very, very, very talented. Obviously, he's an F2 winner. Had some great performances last year. I think maybe I'm just underestimating the car. But very good driver. So I'll put him 15th.
In 15th, I've gone for Franco Colapinto, just because I think I've mentioned that I put the Alpine 5th. I think he's definitely a much, much weaker driver than Pierre Gasly. I think he is. He did get a little bit better as the season went on. I was really concerned after his start, last year. But the car, was not very good at all. I think, I don't know. It just sounds right to me. Colapinto 15th. I don't know.
No, that's fair enough. I've gone for Bortoleto's teammate Hulkenberg in 14th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I feel like I've gone 2 by 2 here, but
yeah,
I guess that's how it
works. Well, yeah. 14th, I've gone Carlos Sainz because, as again, I've put the Williams quite low, so he can't be that high. I wish he was higher.
Mm-hmm.
I think obviously it looks bad. He's like, I put him in 14th, Alex Albon in 18th. I don't think that's going to be too much of a points gap there, maybe. But yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's 14th. 13th, I've gone for Gabriel Bortoleto. I think he is going to beat Nico Hulkenberg this year. I think he's going to grow in confidence.
Yeah.
We saw it in spells last year that he is supremely talented. And I mean, obviously we knew that going into it with his back-to-back F3 and F2 championships, but I just think he's really, really going to kick on this season and he's going to be the lead driver at Audi.
I like that. I've gone for Carlos Sainz in 13th. I think, I think I'm quite far down compared to his teammate, but I don't know why, really. But I've just gone for it. Vibes.
Yeah, well, last year, obviously, like the start of the year, Albon looked more comfortable, but by the end of it, Carlos Sainz was definitely
had a terrible start. Yeah.
By the end of it, though, Sainz was definitely sort of the stronger of the two. Albon had quite a weak finish, definitely compared to Sainz. Anyway, right, 12th, I've gone Arvid Lindblad. I think he's going to have a good rookie year. I think, as I mentioned, the car is going to be fairly strong, and I think, I don't know. I just think he's going to really, a bit like, not to the same degree, but I think he's going to have a strong, like Hadjar came in, had a really strong year. I think there's no reason why a rookie can't come in and, make that spot on the team his own. And I think he's going to do that.
Yeah. That's fair enough. Speaking of Hadjar, I've got him 12th. That might seem quite low.
Whoa!
I know. I'm very sorry. I just, that second Red Bull seat, it's so hard to... And like you said, but Hadjar, like I said, it's only his second year in Formula One.
Yeah.
Alongside Max Verstappen, I think 12th he might even be happy with that, really, Isaac Hadjar. I know, like, it probably... Where did he come last year? 9th, 10th he finished in the end?
Something around there, yeah.
Like, if you look at it, it might be like, oh, you've taken the step up to Red Bull, you've come 12th. But I think he'll get a podium, and I think he'll have a pretty decent year. There's just some people above him.
Yeah, well, 11th, I've gone for Lindblad's teammate Liam Lawson. I think they're going to be fairly close. I think, Lawson is right now the stronger of the two. Will he be in the future? I'm fairly confident he won't be. That's not to discredit Liam Lawson, but I think, as we mentioned, just that stability. I think it's going to be a good year, 11th and 12th. And that obviously equals 6th in the championship for me. For them, I think it's going to be a strong year for both of them.
11th for me, I've gone for Alex Albon. And I put in like a cheeky Alex podium.
Yeah.
I think we'll just find just some random race he'll get a podium. But 11 for Alex Albon. Okay,
then, right, into the top 10 now. In 10th, I have gone Ollie Behrman. I think, as we mentioned, maybe he can get a win this year. Is my crazy prediction. I think he will get a podium. That's that. I'm sure on that he'll get a podium. I think the top 10 it's going to be a very strong top 10 in terms of performance levels. And I think, Ollie Behrman, I put him quite a few positions. I put Esteban Ocon down in 16th and Ollie Behrman up in 10th. I think it's just going to be, I've said it a few times already, a really, really strong year for him. He's going to guarantee that Ferrari seat, I think. Yeah. Yeah.
I like that. I've put the two Haas boys together. I've got Behrman 10th, and I really quite like Esteban Ocon. He can be a bit hit and miss, but I think when he's on it, he is really on it. I really like Esteban. Race winner, of course.
Well, yeah, of course,
that can't go unnoticed. I think the Haas will be very good. I can see Behrman getting a podium. Maybe Ocon get a podium. Yeah, Haas 9th and 10th, Behrman and Ocon.
Fair enough. All right then. In 9th, I have gone Pierre Gasly. As we mentioned, I think it's going to be sort of, a good year for Alpine, but he is going to do the vast majority of the heavy lifting. And I think he'll be very happy with that, getting back after last year, getting back into the top 10 and being able to. Yeah. I also think he'll get a podium. So just being able to really just, I don't know, it'll be a much. Obviously, he's got aspirations to finish higher than that, but it'll be a much appreciated year for him.
Yeah, I agree. I've put him 8th, so I think he will be my best of the rest because I think Hadjar will be a bit lower down. Gasly in 8th, getting at least one podium for Alpine.
Yeah, well, I thought about switching these two around, but I'm trying to be positive. Got Hadjar in 8th.
Yeah.
I just hope that, I don't know. I've gone Red Bull 4th best car, Alpine 5th best car. So it's not crazy to assume that Gasly could finish above him, and I was so close to putting that. But I just really, really hope Hadjar has a strong year, and I think 8th would be, with the performances of the drivers the last couple of years, 8th, he'll, bite your hand off for that, I think. And yeah, I don't know. I'm just trying to be hopeful. Isaac Hadjar in 8th place.
Keep your fingers crossed.
All right, then. 7th place, who have you gone for?
I may sound crazy saying this. I've got Lando Norris.
Well, I mean, that's fair enough.
I know he's the reigning world champion. I know McLaren have been good, very good, the last 2.5 years. I was looking at the driver lineups for the other teams. They're not phenomenal, but I was thinking these guys in a quick car can do some serious damage. And I still think Lando maybe multiple races. But I think 7th, which is going to be a pretty bad title defense, and it's going to feed the hate from the Lando Norris or the Oscar Piastri fangirls even.
Yeah.
But I'm sadly, because I like Lando, I'll put him 7th.
I think this top 7 is unbelievably hard to predict.
Yeah.
So
I've been back and forth a lot.
Who I've got in 7th, it feels too low, and I don't. It may sound like this is not going to be a bad year for him at all. As you mentioned, you could see Norris winning a couple races from 7th. I could easily see this person winning a couple races from 7th as well. I've gone Kimi Antonelli in 7th. That feels low, but I just think the other drivers right now, I would all say are stronger than him. I think it's going to be a good car. It's going to be close. 7th is not. It's not going to be a bad 7th.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I've got in 6th. I've gone again. I don't know. Does this feel low? Maybe not after last year. I've gone 6th. I think.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm doing a bit of reverse psychology. Challenge for the title. I just don't know if I said he's 40 years old now. He's getting on a bit.
Yeah.
I know he really wants this 8th world title, but I'm not sure it's coming. So I've gone 6th for Lewis.
Yeah, Lewis is really hard to predict. You just don't know where he's going to be, because obviously if he's anywhere near his best, he'll be
right at the top.
He'll be right at the top. Yeah, but I think the sort of consensus is that maybe he is past it. But in 6th place, I've gone Oscar Piastri. Right, I don't think I'm not going Lewis Hamilton that low. I think again this feels, I don't know, it feels weird saying Oscar Piastri 6th, considering how strong he's been, taking steps up each year. And again, this is going to be a 6th with race wins. This is going to at least a race win. This is going to be a strong 6th. It's going to be so close that I don't know. I just think McLaren are going to be that little bit lower. And although almost for the majority of last season at times, obviously he was leading the World Championship, people were saying, see, he's the stronger of the two. If we look at the head-to-head, Norris has beat him every year. I think Norris will finish ahead again, because I think, I can see this going two ways. The pressure being eased of winning a World Championship could make him ultimately care a bit less, and that could have multiple effects. That could affect him positively because it will remove the pressure. He's got nothing to prove now, but it could also be like, well, I've already won a World Championship, so he's not going to maybe be as hungry as Piastri. But in this sense, I think they're not really going to be fighting for the championship right at the end, I don't think. So I think, it will be business as usual in terms of Norris will have the edge, but I still think it's going to be close. But yeah, Piastri in 6th.
Yeah, that's all good logic, really. I didn't think about things like that. I think that's kind of why I'm so low, is because I think maybe not peaked is probably the wrong word, but probably it might be hard for him to go after another one, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
5th. Now, again, I'm looking at this written down now, and it looks insane. I've gone Max Verstappen in 5th.
Wow.
And obviously, that sounds mental. It's Max Verstappen.
Yeah.
He's, as we discussed, one of, if not the best ever. He is very, very good. I have little faith in the race. Good as the top. We talked about, maybe you said maybe top three will be like the top three, like very ahead, and then Red Bull best in a way. I think they'll be a solid fourth, and Max yet again will outperform the car. And yeah, maybe my mom's right. Maybe he does call it a.
Well, yeah, maybe. That's all good logic. Fifth place, I've gone Lewis Hamilton. I think it's going to be a stronger year than last year. Last year was fairly disastrous for him, but still, do I see him beating Charles Leclerc? No. I think fifth. I think it will be a strong year, a much stronger year than last year, and I think he probably will call it a day after this year, which will be very, very sad to see. But yeah, Lewis Hamilton fifth, better than last year, just still not quite enough. And fourth place, I have gone Lando Norris. I think I put a car between the two McLarens, but again, I think it's going to be close. He'll only just have the edge. It's going to be very close between them. We know that. We saw last year, but maybe just at the end, we've seen Piastri the last couple of years, that sort of stint of races at the end, he has kind of faltered a little bit. Maybe it will be similar. But yeah, I think Norris in fourth.
Yeah, very good. I have gone for Kimi Antonelli in fourth. I think
I like it.
Yeah, I think I debated putting him higher at one point. And I also had him down in second. I've been back and forth. I've landed on. I think he just shows so much promise. Like last year, people were getting quite a lot of stick last year at times, but he came ahead of Lewis Hamilton in the World Championship.
Yeah,
I think if you told anyone that at the start of last year, you're going to take a rookie Kimi Antonelli or Lewis Hamilton in a Ferrari, who's going to be the finish the higher.
Yeah,
most people would have said Lewis.
Well, definitely.
I really like Kimi Antonelli. I think he'll win multiple races. I think he'll win so many in his career. But yeah, fourth, and he'll be over the moon with that. Part of their constructors' winning team.
Yeah. Well, yes. Okay, the top three now. This is the real exciting part.
Oh yeah.
I mentioned about who do I think is going to be in this title fight. Third place, I have gone Charles Leclerc. I think it's going to be quite close between these three. It's going to be it's going to be Charles in terms of race results, strongest year. I know in terms of he's finished second in the championship. But in terms of the overall performance, I think it's going to be his strongest year. Still not quite close enough. I think obviously the consensus is that Mercedes, as we mentioned, we both put them winning the constructors, so they're going to be sort of the strongest overall package. But it's still going to be a good year for Charles, and it'll be riding the wave of life right now. As you mentioned earlier, he's recently married. Everything's going well.
Everything is coming up Charles Leclerc. It is brilliant. I have put Oscar Piastri in third. I think he'll have a point to prove because he, for a long time last year, and I think people have almost accepted that he was going to win. I think.
Yeah.
So far ahead, and he was so consistent, and the drop off was pretty insane. Really, after Monza, for when he kind of just tailored off a little bit, I think he'll want to prove that he can do it and he can be better than his teammate. I think that's what he needs to do. Obviously, I don't think he's going to win the World Championship, but I think his World Champion teammate, that'll give him a lot of confidence going forward.
Yep, definitely. Right then, top two. Second place, I've gone for Max Verstappen. I so nearly put him first as well. That obviously means I've got George Russell first. But I think you just cannot count Max Verstappen out. I think, is the Red Bull going to be great? No. But I think we saw last year, like Max Verstappen, if anybody can adjust to new regulations faster and better than it's him. Like he will master these regulations quicker than anybody else, even if the car's not great. So I think that's going to get him. He'll be in the fight the whole way. I think we saw last year. You just cannot count him out. He was over 100 points behind. You were thinking, this isn't his year. And although he didn't win it, like he
got damn close.
He got way closer than he should have done. And you can, criticize McLaren for that, but you just have to be in awe of his talent. And I think the Ferrari will be a stronger car than the Red Bull, but I think Max Verstappen you just cannot count him out.
Yeah. I have gone for in second Charles Leclerc. As much as I wanted to put him first, I've put him second. Again, George Russell being the world champion for 2026.
Yeah.
I feel like it's time. I feel like he's come up at the same sort of time as Lando. He won all the junior category, and he had those couple of years at Williams where he showed. Had to wait for Bottas to get the sack.
Yeah.
He got his chance at Mercedes. Took it really, really well. Got his first win. Good car. And I feel like he's ready. I feel like he's the main man at Mercedes now. He's ready to win a world championship.
Yeah, well, I agree. I think, I'm ready for a George Russell title fight. We're all ready for a George Russell title fight. Wow. And I think he is definitely. I think he's coming off the back of a really, really strong year. It was his best year last year, Mercedes. And, at the same time, there were obviously rumours of like Mercedes trying to get Max Verstappen. He dealt with it perfectly. He had a really strong year.
Oh, yeah.
I think he's going to build on that. His confidence in terms of his own ability will be sky high. And now he'll finally have the car to match that confidence. And I think, it is. It's going to be close, but it's going to be a George Russell, Max Verstappen title fight. And Charles Leclerc, he's going to be in there. But I think, it's going to be heritage. It's going to be generational.
The only thing that makes me worry about George Russell is that he's not in the title fight before in F1. And some of the people, like we said, we mentioned Oscar. Charles Leclerc sort of has. He's not really, but he sort of has. Verstappen, Hamilton, Norris. The two Mercedes drivers are the only two who I think could win it, who have no.
Yeah, well, I think obviously it's not to the same scale, but I think we can sort of see how he copes with pressure with how he coped with the call-up to Mercedes when Hamilton got COVID back in 2020. I know that was an unbelievably strong car, but just with how, ballsy his move on Bottas was straight away, and obviously he should have won that race. He should have won that race.
That's a conspiracy. We should do a conspiracies episode.
Yeah, we should.
I'm convinced there was no puncher. I'm onto you, Mercedes.
Yeah, I think that did not faze him at all. And I think, I don't know, I think he'll cope with it just about. Maybe it'll be close. Maybe there'll be some shaky moments, but he will get over the line.
I do agree. George Russell is your 2026 Formula One world champion. You heard it here. Probably not first, but you've heard it
here. You've heard it here for the 100th time. All right, then. I think that's it. I think those are our F1 predictions. An hour of waffling. So if you've sat through this, well done. You're mental.
Thank you, Dad.
Yeah. I'm surprised. I thought this was only going to be like a half-hour thing. I'm surprised it went this long. We've done very well. So it's almost like it's a whole podcast episode just on F1.
There we go.
But can't wait to look back on this. We'll do a video. We'll do one at the end of the season where I'll get this up on my laptop and we will watch back through our predictions, and we will either celebrate how unbelievably good they were or laugh at how stupid they were. We're not going to get everything right. There's going to be some pretty silly ones there. I look forward to the end of the season when we can check back on this and hopefully have some laughs.
Yes, me too. Hopefully it's a good year of Formula One.
That is the main thing, yes.
Let's just hope it's a good, entertaining year.
Yes, exactly, yes. We're only a few days away now until the season starts. I cannot wait. You know what to do is...
Are you waking up bright and early to watch?
100%. Yes, I am. Of course I'll be there. It's going to be generational. Make sure you follow the Sam2 F1 TikTok. That is the place to be for this upcoming F1 season. Oh my God. Well, I guess that's it. Thank you so much for watching, listening, whatever you were doing. We'll see you in the next one, wherever that may be.